Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? So, some people were wondering about how do you determine what, how much dead would a person obtain after attacking? There actually is a very simple way to determine how much a person's going to lose in a march. Now, of course, I am going to make a quick disclaimer. You do need to have intelligence report level 10. This doesn't work so well if you do not know the number of buildings that this said person has. I believe that the point at which you know when that is at IEV level 9. It helps to have level 10 because this tells you what they have in garrison, etc. But if you're willing to risk it, basically you need level 9. But for the story point forward, right? Again, in case you guys are wondering, how do I determine how much dead? Just take the number of troops said person has. So suppose let me see if I can find you a really decent example here real quick. Okay, so suppose we take 318,000. This is the amount of troops that this guy has in his base. You then compare that to the number of infirmaries that this person has. So take the number of infirmaries, which is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then take that times 40,000, and that's even if they're at level 25. A lot of the time they're not, but if they are, that's about the maximum that they can send. So take 8 times 4, you get 320,000, which means that, at about, 318, we would break even thereabout in terms of what he would end up losing. He would all go to infirm for the most part. Now, it does become helpful if, let's suppose, you start finding people that have a little over that amount. So suppose if you found somebody that, is like 2.7 million, right? And again, the mindset's the same. You go through here, you count how many infirms they have, which as of right now, it looks like this person has 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then at 7 infirms, you can take that times the number of infirms, which is 40k, and then take that, and that's 280,000, which at 2.7 million, all right, I can take 2794869, subtract that from 280,000. That means he's going to lose 2.5 million. Now, of course, you're wondering, well, how do I calculate that in terms of troops, right? To determine how much might loss that would be. Break it down into what they have of. So, in this case, he's got 227, 249, 239 for tier 4s. So assume that you can add those together. You're at 600,000 plus 50, 67, 80. It basically ends up being somewhere around 700,000. So if you take that and subtract 700,000 away, right, you're at 1.8 million. On the side, what you can do is then just take a note and replace that and make sure you remember it's 700,000. Multiply that by 24, and that is the amount of might loss in tier 4s that will be. But most likely, we're not going to get access to those right away, so let's not focus on that completely. Alright, so then you gotta subtract the tier 1 cost, which again, tier 1s are probably the cheapest, and it's a bulk of where the rest of it is. So that means he has 559,000 remaining. So you can then take that and multiply that by the amount of might that each tier 3 produces, which I believe, if I am not wrong, okay, if you actually want to know where I'm getting these values, you can actually get them from here. So according to this, it's 2, so then that's, a million might, which isn't very much. But again, 559,000 doesn't seem like very much. But these are at 2, right? I mean, again, that's if you were to take a million. If you take this, it's 24, and then if you multiply this, then it's 36. Again, that's just something to keep in consideration. So, just a, disclaimer that, yes, it would be like 25 million in that case. In this case, it's, with 559, right? And then multiply that by 24, and you're at 13 million. After the, troop loss, which is, I think it was like, what, 1.2 million? Take that times 2. You're looking at somewhere around 17-ish. Probably a little bit more than that. You're gonna get probably about 20, 30 million might drop, probably. Yeah, and again, it's always a ballpark, but in case you guys have always been wondering like how I determine how much a person's gonna lose, that is basically how I'm doing it. And it helps if you guys want to know what targets are better for a 0 and not. I hope you found this video somewhat helpful, and again, I'll see you guys next time.